Have you ever noticed how some days just feel heavier than others? You wake up and it's like your limbs forgot how to be light. Your mind feels foggy, your mood a little off, and even simple tasks seem to take more effort. You tell yourself maybe it's just aging, but what if it's something more basic? Something as simple as not getting deep sleep? It's easy to think that sleep is just about shutting your eyes and resting. But after 60, the kind of sleep you get, specifically deep sleep, can make the difference between feeling alive and alert or dragging the day like you're walking through quicksand. And I know many seniors shrug it off like, well, I'm older now. I guess this is just how it is. But here's the truth. Your body still wants to heal. It still wants to recharge. And deep sleep is how it does that. See, deep sleep is a stage where your brain clears out waste, where your body repairs itself, and where your heart and immune system get their much-needed reset. It's like a tune-up for your body every single night. And when you miss it, even if you're technically asleep for 7 or 8 hours, your body starts slipping behind. Over time, that means a weaker immune system, slower memory recall, more inflammation, and even a higher risk of chronic disease. So yes, sleep matters, but not just any sleep. Deep sleep is your lifeline. And after 60, it becomes harder to come by unless you're intentional about creating the right conditions. The good news? You can absolutely improve it. Naturally, gently, and without turning your life upside down. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Let's start with one of the most powerful yet most overlooked things you can do. Get natural sunlight in the early part of the day. It sounds simple, but it has a massive impact on how well you sleep at night. Here's why. Your body runs on an internal clock called your circadian rhythm. It's like a daily schedule that tells your body when to feel awake and when to start winding down. But that clock isn't automatic. It needs signals from the outside world to stay accurate. And the biggest signal of all? Sunlight. When you step outside in the morning and let sunlight hit your eyes and skin, you're basically telling your brain, it's daytime. Let's go. That helps reset your internal rhythm, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep later that night. It also helps your body produce melatonin, the sleep hormone, at the right time, meaning in the evening, not during the day when you're trying to be alert. So if you've been struggling with falling asleep, waking up too early, or just feeling unrest, ask yourself, am I getting enough morning light? Even just 15 to 20 minutes, sitting near a window or walking outside can help. Make it part of your routine right after breakfast or during your morning tea. The light doesn't just help your sleep, by the way. It boosts your mood, sharpens your focus, and can even ease feelings of depression. That's a lot of benefit for something that doesn't cost a thing. Now let's talk about something a little less pleasant but very real. Stress. After 60, life can bring new challenges. Health changes, loneliness, worries about the future, or even just a strange quiet that can come when things slow down. All of that can stir up stress. And the problem is, stress and deep sleep don't mix well. When your body senses stress, even mild worry, it starts releasing cortisol, the stay alert hormone, and when that hormone is high, your body resists dropping into deep sleep because it thinks it still needs to be on guard. So what can you do? You don't have to eliminate stress completely. That's not realistic. But you can teach your body how to relax before bed, and that can make all the difference. A simple nightly routine is powerful. It signals to your body, we're done for the day. It's time to rest now. That routine could be as simple as turning off the TV and phone an hour before bed, dimming the lights, sipping something warm like chamomile tea, or even doing gentle stretching or breathing. And if your thoughts tend to race when your head hits the pillow, consider journaling for just 5 minutes before bed. Write down your worries. Or even better, 3 things that went well today. It's a way of closing the mental tabs in your brain, so they're not spinning all night long. This kind of mental wind down is just as important as brushing your teeth. It's hygiene for your nervous system, and it leads to deeper, more restorative sleep. Of course, what you put into your body also matters. And one of the sneakiest sleep disruptors? Caffeine, especially when it lingers later into the day. Now, I know many of us love our coffee or tea, and we think, well, I've been drinking this for decades. I'm used to it. But our sensitivity to caffeine changes as we age. Your body takes longer to break it down, and even a cup of coffee after lunchtime can linger in your system into the evening hours. So if you've been struggling with restless sleep or waking up in the middle of the night and can't get back to bed, take a look at your caffeine habits. Try switching herbal teas in the afternoon, or if you love the ritual of coffee, opt for a decaf version. It's a small shift, but for some, it can be the difference between light, choppy sleep and deep, healing rest. Now that we've opened a door to a few simple yet powerful habits, let's keep walking through. Because the truth is, when it comes to deep sleep after 60, the small things add up, and each step you take brings you closer to more energy, sharper focus, and a body that feels truly rested and alive again. So now that we've explored how morning light, stress management, and caffeine play into deep sleep, let's turn to something that's often overlooked, but incredibly powerful: your evening environment. I'm not just talking about turning off the lights and climbing into bed. I mean the atmosphere you create in the hour or two before sleep. Because the truth is, deep sleep doesn't start the moment your head hits the pillow. It starts with the signals your body receives before you lie down. Think about this. If you're watching the news, scrolling through social media, or surrounded by bright lights late in the evening, your brain is getting one message: stay alert, stay stimulated. It's like trying to fall asleep right after a rock concert. It's just not going to happen smoothly. And even if you do fall asleep, your sleep quality won't be as deep. Your brain stays in a lighter, more alert state, just in case it needs to process more what you've been feeding it. So here's what helps. Create what I like to call a soft landing into sleep. Start by dimming the lights in your home about an hour before bed. This tells your brain that nighttime is coming, and it starts releasing melatonin, the hormone that makes you feel sleepy. You can even switch to lamps or salt lights instead of overhead lights. The softer and warmer the lighting, the better. Then, think about what your senses are experiencing. Is the TV blaring? Are notifications pinging from your phone? Even if you're not consciously focused on them, your body is. Try turning off screens, or at least using blue light filters, to reduce stimulation instead of TV or social media. Try listening to calming music, reading a lighthearted book, or simply sitting in stillness with a cup of tea. Yes, it might feel strange at first, especially if you're used to falling asleep with the TV on. But over time, your body will respond to change in rhythm, and you'll likely notice deeper, longer sleep without even realizing it. Another powerful signal? Scent. This might surprise you, but your sense of smell can directly influence your nervous system. Scents like lavender, chamomile, or sandalwood are known to help calm the body and ease it into rest mode. You don't need anything fancy. A few drops of essential oil in a diffuser or a lavender pillow spray can gently signal to your brain, it's safe to let go now. Now, let's talk about movement, and this one might surprise you. Many people believe that being physically tired should naturally lead to better sleep, but that's not always the case, especially if your body isn't moving enough during the day. When we don't get enough physical activity, the body doesn't build up the right kind of sleep pressure, which is what helps us fall into deep, uninterrupted sleep. This doesn't mean you have to run a marathon or hit the gym hard. In fact, too much vigorous exercise too close to bedtime can actually interfere with sleep. What your body really needs is steady, moderate movement during the day, especially earlier in the day. Things like walking, gentle stretching, tai chi, gardening, or dancing to your favorite songs in the living room all count. These kinds of movements help your body regulate its sleep-wake cycle, reduce anxiety, and release feel-good hormones that pave the way for deeper rest at night. And here's a bonus. Physical activity also improves your balance, circulation, and joint health, so you're not only sleeping better, but moving through the day with more confidence and less stiffness. That's the beautiful thing about habits that support deep sleep. They tend to lift up every other part of your well-being, too. Something else I want to bring up, and this comes from conversations I've had with many seniors, is nighttime waking. You might fall asleep easily, but then you wake up at 2 or 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wondering what's gone wrong. First, let me say, you're not alone. This is incredibly common. But here's the key. How you respond to waking up in the night can make or break the rest of your sleep. When you wake up, the worst thing you can do is panic or immediately reach for your phone. That tells your brain it's time to be alert again. Instead, try staying in bed and focusing on your breath. Take slow, deep inhales and longer exhales. Or gently tense and relax each part of your body, starting from your toes and working your way up. This progressive relaxation technique helps quiet the mind and relax your muscles, often guiding you back into sleep naturally. If after 15 to 20 minutes you're still wide awake, it's okay to get out of bed, but keep the lights dim and do something calming. Read a few pages of a light book, sip water, or stretch gently. Avoid screens or anything too stimulating. Think of it as patiently waiting for sleep rather than fighting for it. That shift in mindset alone can make the experience much less frustrating and often much shorter. All of these habits work together, like pieces of a puzzle. Morning light, calming evenings, movement, stress reduction, and gentle responses to night waking. They each support your body's natural rhythm. And when that rhythm is in tune, deep sleep becomes less a mystery and more of a regular blessing. There's still one more key piece I want to share with you. It's something simple, often neglected, yet crucial for deep sleep. And it has everything to do with what you're eating and drinking in the hours before bed. Because just like your thoughts and habits affect your sleep, so does your nutrition. Let's talk about something that most people don't associate with sleep right away: food. Or more specifically, how the things we eat and drink, especially in the late afternoon and evening, can either set us up for a restful night or completely sabotage it without us realizing. Think back to a time you ate a heavy dinner late at night, maybe something greasy or rich, followed by dessert. You felt full, maybe even a bit sleepy right after. But then when it came time for real sleep, you tossed and turned, maybe felt a little heartburn or woke up feeling sluggish. That's because digestion and deep sleep don't exactly work well together. Our bodies aren't designed to handle heavy meals before bed, especially as we get older. Metabolism slows down, and things take longer to digest. And when your body is busy trying to process a late meal, it's not putting energy into rest and repair. You're essentially making it work over time, when it's supposed to be off the clock. So here's a small but powerful habit. Try to finish your dinner at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Give your body time to digest while you're still up and moving around. And when you do eat dinner, choose foods that are easy to digest: lean proteins, vegetables, a bit healthy fat, and perhaps a small serving of whole grains. Keep it simple and balanced. Now let's talk drinks. One of the biggest hidden culprits of poor sleep is alcohol. A glass of wine might make you feel drowsy at first, and many people assume it helps them fall asleep. But here's the thing: alcohol might help you fall asleep faster, but also disrupts deep sleep later in the night. It leads to more fragmented sleep, more waking up in the early hours, and less of that deep, healing stage your body needs most. If you enjoy a drink now and then, that's okay. This isn't about cutting out everything you enjoy, but be mindful of timing and quantity. Consider switching to herbal teas in the evening, like chamomile, lemon balm, or passion flower. These are naturally calming, caffeine-free, and can even become a little evening ritual that your brain starts to associate with winding down. Speaking of rituals, one of the most underrated parts of getting good sleep is consistency. Going to bed and waking up at roughly the same time each day, even on weekends, helps anchor your body's natural rhythm. I know, routines can be hard when you're retired or when your schedule is flexible, but your body craves rhythm. When you stick to a consistent sleep window, your brain starts releasing melatonin at the right time, your sleep becomes deeper, and your morning energy becomes more stable. And here's something beautiful. As your sleep improves, everything else starts to shift. You begin to feel lighter in the mornings. You have more patience with your loved ones. Your mind feels clearer, and you might even find your craving for sugar or snacks going down because your body is finally rested, not just running on empty. Now, if you're listening to all of this and thinking, "But I've been a poor sleeper for years," I want you to know something important. It's not too late to change. Deep sleep isn't a gift that disappears with age. It's a habit, a rhythm, a pattern that can be restored, one gentle step at a time. Start with one thing. Maybe it's walking in the morning to catch that sunlight. Maybe it's putting down the phone an hour earlier. Or maybe it's changing your dinner routine just slightly. Pick one change. Feel how your body responds. Then build from there. Because sleep is not just rest, it's a foundation. It's the body's way of healing, cleaning house, and preparing you to fully live each day. And when you give your body that gift, it gives back in ways that go beyond the pillow. You'll notice it in your heart health, your immune system, your memory, and even in how hopeful you feel when you open your eyes each morning. If any of what we've talked about today resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it. Leave a comment below. What's been your biggest sleep challenge? Or which of these tips are you excited to try? Sharing your journey can help others feel less alone in theirs. And if you found this video helpful, please consider giving a like and subscribing to the channel. We're building community here, a space where aging is not about decline, but about deeper wisdom, joyful living, and renewed energy. There's so much life still ahead, and it starts with something as simple and powerful as a good night's sleep. Here's to waking up refreshed, feeling alive, and living your best life at any age. Sweet dreams, friends. You've earned them.